Hello, it's Simon, and I'm outside today for today's video, and hopefully we'll get it done before the rain comes. And the video today is about strategic alchemy idea, this idea of cost and benefit, the value, the recognition, the reward, and what it takes to get it. And how often a small change, this simple idea, this little tiny degree alteration can make all the difference. Now, I don't need to get complicated about that. I think we've seen that in our life, but often it's invisible to us. So let's use a couple of examples. Let's use time to begin with. So if you are 1 minute late for a flight or a train, the plane's gone, the train's left the station, and that lateness means you don't get on. And if you're 1 minute early, there isn't really much of a downside. You just queue up for a bit, you wait for a bit, and you're there and you catch the plane. So that aspect of being a little bit before, a little bit after, they're not the same result. So it isn't the same if you come after something in time than if you come before it. If you miss the first 5 minutes of your favorite movie, it's a whole different movie often. And that aspect again isn't how often we think about things. And we don't realize how often we miss things because of that. Now let's use distance. When you're measuring things to put up in your house, you're doing some DIY, do it yourself. When you take a bit of wood and you cut it, if you cut it not short enough, so in other words, you've left the thing too long, you have a chance to recut sometimes. But if you cut it too short, you can't stick the wood back together and do it again. You have to sort of go back to the beginning. Now in some examples when you're doing that, it's the reverse. Sometimes if it's actually too big, you have to go back to square one again and redo things because of the nature of the construction. And so what I'm pointing at, and maybe not as lucidly, as saliently as people like Jim Rohn would, is that the results you get often are not in a linear fashion. And so these small errors can have a big result that's negative. And often a subtle error. So imagine you had a 99% success rate. So 99, like this video, right? I was doing well, no stumbling, no mumbling. Then there was a stumble. Was it deliberate? Wait and see. But the point being that 99% success rate is so close to being perfect. But that one error in maybe 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000 can take out all the benefit. You could have had a great relationship with your best friend, your best partner in life and business for decades, and then in one moment you say something or they have a bad day and bang, it's gone. And what happens suddenly is the mind fixates on those things we can't fix, but often we get stuck in them not realizing how that works in reality. When you're balancing cards to make this great pyramid of cards, maybe done that before, it's the same. You could have balanced 99% of those cards successfully, but that one that's wrong, it all falls down. And so what I'm asking you to think about today is just understand that sometimes there is a necessity to have accuracy at a level that most of us don't have. And often when we see things on the television and media, we don't realize how many times they've been refined and repeated, rehearsed, edited out. So I could take this recording right now, I could stop myself and go, right, let's go back. So and go on again and edit it out. But I'm not doing that, I'm giving you a one take, I'm recording and sharing. But on other days, I might have made several videos and just shown you one of those. Now why do I say that? Why am I letting you be present to that? It's because often when we take input in, when we think about what other people are doing, we don't see the outtakes. We don't see the years and decades of preparation. We don't see the other work that's gone in that we never get to see. We only see a very small sliver of the success. And actually most of life is things that last moment, one little degree error, 1 degree change, one moment in time gets missed from being what we actually get to see and understand. It would be like, imagine you had the most amazing music, the most amazing creation, and it was being sent off to this new TV show, being sent off to the publisher, but for whatever reason, it never arrived. And perhaps you didn't think about resending it, didn't follow up and follow through. And so, despite it being what they were looking for, despite it being ready and right, for one error, maybe it was as simple as it was delivered, but it was delivered to number 16 rather than number 17. Or number 8 in the wrong building, or maybe in the right town but in the wrong country. There are more than one Londons in the world. So hopefully you started to go, maybe there's something here. Maybe there's a different idea I haven't thought about. And we'll touch that more in the future when we get into these principles of the void that I learned in Tai Chi. The aspect of the subtlest, smallest amount of effort to produce the result, which often is dynamic, it's moving. both in time and space, direction and vector, and all the other aspects of life that often we don't even think about. So my recommendation for today, my suggestion today, is do something and do it to completion. Do one thing to completion. And if you want to work out what to focus on, how to prioritize, check out the app I prioritize on the App Store. Thank you for watching this, including my errors and beeps, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.